All right, YouTube, what's up? What's up? Good morning. Welcome back. Welcome back to another live session. No time to waste, so we're going to jump right on into it. So, first, let's see. We have BVPR moving, XTIA, ADTX, which I think we traded a few days ago or last week. And there's also AINC. There are some other ones that people might include on their watch list. CXAI from yesterday, but that one did sell off. There's some others too, but I want to keep it tight. And we'll see how it goes. I can always rotate to something else if none of these four are looking particularly good. Tisha, good morning. Good to see you. Okay. I'm gonna start off with VVPR. Beautiful move up. I mean, beautiful incline, right? We got to give this one some credit. Lovely green candles. Pushed all the way to 562. 562 for our high point on this one. Looks decent. Low of the pullback has been all the way down here at $4. $4, the low of the pullback. And up at 405. I had some previous trend lines from a few days ago, a few weeks ago. I'm going to remove some of those as they're not going to be as relevant. The intraday levels especially. Our 200 EMA is currently at 131, which is pretty low, so it does need to be included. Yeah, everything basically looks pretty good here. I'm going to get rid of this trend line here as well. I'm going to check the daily chart. Let's see. So we're at 466. We've had some gaps recently. Let's see. 258, 267. We're well above that level now. I don't understand why my brain always kind of like slur those words. But anyhow, I was looking at the daily chart, 530 perhaps, and then 650. They're not super obvious levels. 650 September 14th of I believe last year. Not a lot of volume per se, but is that a level we could potentially get to? Yeah, yeah, $6, 650, and we'll see how it does from there. It maybe might be able to do something spectacular. We'll see. So VVPR looks pretty good. Can we get over to pre-market highs for now? XTIA, quickly gonna take a look at this one. By the way, don't forget to turn on your screen recording, guys. I don't believe my alarm went off for this. Maybe it did. Let me just go ahead and do that. Screen recording looks good. So XTIA, this one sold off a lot more. Highs are at 66. And the lows are all the way down here at $3. 466 to $3. Big range, big pullback. Seems like a recent IPO, XTIA. Let me double check. It could be, sometimes it's a name change. Okay, this one is not a recent IPO. There's a lot more history here. Recently had a reverse split, I believe. But 639 is the last level we gapped up and sold off. 639. So if we happen to get a massive red to green, can we see 639, maybe $8, right? I don't know why the thinkorswim charting sometimes is messed up like this. Even 675 before 8 could be a level to keep an eye on too. I'm just gonna throw those levels in there. That's going back to March 13th, March 12th, March 11th. There are some other levels too, but those are the few that I'll keep an eye on. I don't know about this one, right? I have kind of have my doubts. But yeah, moving on. ADTX. By the way, all these stocks are up over like 50%. All pushing decent volume, all looking fairly good. ADTX is the next one. Let me zoom in up here. I'm gonna use small size to start the day as usual, and then I'll be aggressive after that. So ADTX we traded recently, I believe not so long ago. Let's see. Room to potentially 634. It needs to get over this 530 level. So I'm gonna map out some daily levels here quickly. And then I'm gonna come back to the pre-market highs. This is quite the stock. This one has made so many moves recently. Like if you guys check out the daily chart on this one, I mean there's so many different levels where we've kind of had like popping wicks, you know, $5.30, $7, you know, 9.50, 8.47. I mean there's a lot of levels here. This one should be interesting. We'll see how it does. But anyhow, today we got the pre-market high. And I hate to have too many trend lines on my chart. I really do. I despise it actually. 588. 588 for today's high. And you know, it seems to be pulling back a little right now, so we'll see coming into the open. But can we get up to $7 if we're able to break over this high point, or even 630, let's say. 630 can be a decent target as well. Doesn't look bad. So with less than a minute to go, you know, I'm looking forward to being disciplined. I'm looking forward to being patient. Looking forward to some good trading. I'm not sure which one of these will be the strong one. ANIC is also, you know, an option here. 450 for the highs on that one. You know, we'll see what we get. I'm gonna try to watch ANIC and XTIA on the same screen. Other than that, I think I'll watch VVPR into the open. VVPR into the open. What will it be on this one? All right, let's trade to the best of our abilities here. We'll go over the disclaimer in a few as things start to calm down a little bit. So we got to drop down to 45. There's a spread though. There's 40, 32. A lot of selling pressure here to start. ADTX on the other hand. I'm going to jump in for break of 20. And not getting the fill on the ask, gets back down. Didn't have my hand on the flatten button, so I wasn't able to sell for gains there, unfortunately. There's 91. AI and C. How are we doing? VVPR, can we get over 60 here? I'm going to be quick to take my gains for now. 42, 40. I'll try here for the dip. Good entry. Can we get back over 50? There's a huge spread. I should have held that a little longer. 58 on the ask, but 43 on the bids. ADTX, good move up. Is ADTX going to be the one here? I'm not in early on this, so it's not great. And there's a huge drop. The spreads are massive, so I'm not going to throw out an order yet. I'm going to pull it up on the screen here in a sec. Actually, I think we can get it up. Here we go. The high is at 45. AINC also giving a move. Small bids there. Can we get the new high? It's trying, but not quite. What VVPR also red to green. So we're seeing a lot of red to greens across these three stocks here. I gotta watch one because I can't trade everything. I'm gonna watch break of 40 here or pull back. Either or will suffice. High or low. On freaking heck, man. Only 188 shares. Good. Alright, I got filled. Can we hold up? Cutting it. Is one of the other ones better at this point? Perhaps. Low was 62 for VVPR. VVPR, the bids are like dropping. So I got to be careful here. Can we get that break 5? Okay, not bad. The high is 511. There's 19. We might continue. We might. It's a little tricky though, this stock. I'm going to take 90 area. Couple cents there. I'll try back over 5 again. I got filled on the ask. Not great. I'll cut that for scratch or loss. Let's see what it does. The high's at 21 VVPR. Gosh, man, I bought at 23. I'm in at 31. Come on. The pre-market high's at 562, so it could keep going. The other one is halted down. I've sized down a bit. Filled on the ask because the bids are not filling me. Couple cents. It might go here. It's so tricky. It is tricky. It it's fluctuating a lot. We're seeing like 36 and then like 26. Come on. Oh, that spread was brutal. It might go all the way here. I'm gonna take profits. I'll get back in. Can we try again? We got the green, but we're not pushing through. We have what we need here, but we're not going. Why? Try again. I filled 28. ADTX resumption should be coming up soon. Terrible fill. With size. If it goes, is this it? If it goes, I'm gonna size up. It's tricky though. All right. That's not good. I'll take that dip. I don't know what I made there. I don't think I made anything. It's a false breakout. Nonsense. This is where we need to see the new highs of like 60, 70, 80. Resumption. 39.12. Watching resumption 80 TX here. Looking for a dip. The other one is back up. Holy smokes. Oh wow. I'm gonna miss that resumption. Are you kidding me, man? Jeez, that is disappointing. You look away for 2 seconds, and it goes from 490 to 530. It's a mess, man. It might fail again here. It's a mess. The low of the current candle is 510. There's a lot of risk, as usual. Bro, what the what? How did I get fill 89, man? But what? The ask was at 80 when I bought. I filled 89. 5,000 shares. There was no dip there, but that's okay. The high's at 6. I want to, at least if I see the ask up there, I don't care, but come on. I'm looking at the ask as I'm getting filled. That is so silly. It's kind of choppy. It's kind of choppy, man. It's moving, but you know, it's a difficult one. Like we need to dip if we're gonna dip. If no, it's holding up extremely well, but then it's also not going. So we're gonna get the move here, and we will. It's pretty choppy. The high is at 23. The low of the last candle was 88. I think I'm gonna just wait. I might need to size down. I'm trying to increase my base size, but I gotta wait. How are we gonna do here? $27. It's a grind. There's a lot of red on the tape. 28. Okay, there's a bid. It might keep going. This is where I want to see dips. Halt is at 92, but no dip. Charts are definitely covering. The halt is extended. No dip. Almost took the long over 90, but 97, not bad. There's a bid there. I should have been back in. Ooh. We could still see bigger pullbacks, but you know, being on the aggressive side, it might need to come down some more. 60, 55, and it will. We're getting our first red candle here in a while. Oh, come on, what's that? Nothing like green on the tape and the stock goes down. We're seeming to be having a 5-minute pullback here, which is fine. The low right there was 21. We'll see how low we go. Haven't been able to do super well. Had some bigger trades, but then immediately by some bigger losses. It's quite the red to green here. Oh my gosh. It's fluctuating so fast. I tried for 60, like 60 there. I'm in so high. Can we continue for 90? Not quite. Where you think you're getting in, you got to add 15 cents. It's quick, man. It is so quick. The low there, 42. We're in a bit of a consolidation right now, it would seem. Sometimes you need the Goldilocks, right? You don't want it to be too volatile. You don't want it to also be so slow that nothing is happening. But ultimately, I'd say so far so good. VVPR up 355%. 36 million shares of volume. Doing its thing. ADTX sold off. I'm getting distracted with the other stock. Let's see how this does for breakup 7. I didn't really get the dip because it didn't dip down to the lows. We held 55 area. We did have 40. 7 giving us some trouble. Perhaps it tries again. Bit of a misread there. 45 for that low. We need to come down again. 50. Sometimes in these areas is where you got to be careful. Right? You could see that bigger pullback for sure. As we're still lingering. The low was 21, so I wouldn't be surprised if it does go lower. 5. In this situation, I could go in and just give it a bigger stop in place, but I'd rather not do that right now. On a different day, I would. This has already been too choppy with too much range for me. But it's gonna hold up there. It seems like we might have bottomed. I want to see the incline be a little on the stronger side, but we'll see. Is it gonna happen here? The break of the level. 71. There seems to still be a few sellers up there. Can we get through? We're buying up most of those shares, but I don't. As long as we don't get a false breakout back above the level. The new 5-minute candle is like 30 seconds out. Some pretty awful fills, man. It's not ready yet. Back down. Maybe one more time. Wait. No, 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 no. Oh, I clicked on the other. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's been that kind of day. I'm not even gonna complain. I tried buying breakout for AINC. I clicked on the order entry, but nothing happened. It still bought on this one somehow. I gotta look back at that. That was a good move. I would have been late anyways. Watching two stocks at the same time. Good move though from 65 up to 79. It's back down though. If it gets up to $7 again, it needs to go. It's been long enough. We've bought out most of the shares. Once it goes back up there, just there's no hesitating and waiting around. It needs to go straight through. And I'm gonna have size. As long as it's not a false breakout, it should be good. My goodness, man. It needs to go. It needs to go right through. We try again. These fills are not helping me. Not one bit. Not one bit. You know, this is going to count as another rejection. If you did see like 97, 98. Can we try again here before coming down? Yeah, those fills on the ask are getting me every time. They're getting me every time. So I gotta be more patient to buy with tighter spreads. And or just use limit orders in certain areas. Come on. Is this it? Probably not. 89. It's brewing though. It's like, you know, it's here. Low of the current is 72, low of the last 64. If we can hold up above 75 and stay in this area long enough, we could see it. It could be a good explosion. The halt up is at 806, so the moment it goes through, I want to be in with size. If it fails miserably, I'll accept the risk. Always. It's 50, so it's coming down a bit. 80. I could just let it go. Could let it go. $90. Come on. We need to go here. We need to go. 722 is the high. It needs to get through 7 here. Short sellers will more than likely cover again over the previous high. Where are those bulls? KB. KB, KB. Don't tell me the bulls are sleeping on this one. I gotta fix the settings on this computer. Keeps turning on night shift. You know, back in the days I needed it. Now I don't. I need that blue light right now. 70 by 80. That's minor though. We'll keep trading. We're not gonna look away right now. Not even close. By the way, AINC is back up at 75 area. Not a bad area. Scratch trade there. There's 82, 83. Not really moving up aggressively. Maybe not worth it. Could try again at 5 if it keeps going. I'll try again at 5 if that one keeps going up. VVPR still watching. If it goes and it gives a good move, it can be spectacular. It's been a long consolidation here. We've been in this area now for maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Usually the longer the consolidation, the more violent the move up or down. Hoping to see the move up, no false breakouts. And if we get a dip, if we only get a dip, I will be in there with size. Assuming that dip isn't failing miserably. Because I'll be in with size still and I'll have to cut it for a loss. Hopefully a tight loss. So when I size up, if it goes, this $1,000 that I have will just be for cushion's sake. Like either I come out pretty big in the green or I'll be flat or red. So here we go. What is it gonna do? It's touching 7. Okay. Oh wow. Look at the failing miserably. Can we get the dip to work? Probably not. See? You can't make this stuff up, man. At least we've seen it. We've seen it so many times that we know what to expect. It's one or the other, right? The way how the dip comes, I'm not looking to take it with size because it doesn't really push through the highs aggressively. The breakout dip, right? Because we push through and then it's nonsense, man. So it dipped to 40, which was our support earlier, but from 40 to 05. This is now the backside. It got to 63. It's saying 763. I didn't see that. I saw like 35 on the ask. What's crazy is that the moment I sold it like 95, I'm like, okay, because it got to 7 and then back down 92. So I'm like, oh, let me just get out. And then I look back, I'm seeing 730. It would have been nice to capture that trade at least. I couldn't do anything on this one, man. It's part of the deal. I couldn't do anything here. Some stocks for whatever reason, like, it, it's just a little too, I'd say for me personally, this one was just a little too volatile in the sense that I'm in, I think I'm selling for 10 cents, it's already back down, or I think I'm buying somewhere, I'm in 15, 20 cents higher, despite being pretty quickly, with the execution. So like all of that is just slippage, like a dollar share just gone to nothing. A couple of fills on the ass, which I can expect. That's all right. This for me is no man's land. There are going to be dips here, but I'm not really interested. You really hate to see these stocks fail in this manner. It's the worst way we can fail. Black top breakout. Gone to the depths. So what happens? So this is how I lose big sometimes, especially if I'm to catch the trade to 7:30 because I was in. I sold literally like a half second early. But anyhows, if I capture that trade and especially if it pushes to like 40, 50, once it dips and it looks like it's holding. This one it didn't look like it was holding. It was just red was just hitting and accelerating. So I'm like, nah. But sometimes the selling eases off. Maybe it goes to 40. Maybe dips down to like let's say 7, the whole dollar at 7. And I think, oh, it's gonna just hold the resistance and then bounce back up. I buy huge size at 7. You blink, it's at 650. And then it's like red day. Or you give back a huge amount of your gains. That type of loss, 5,000 shares, is gonna be 2,500. There are a ton of stocks today, though, so definitely not a time to slack off, but to continue looking at the watch list here. And also some other stocks that we didn't include on the watch list that could still be strong. And so many cheap stocks after what, just an hour? ADTX, no good. HUSA, only up 15%. Not seeing anything else for now. What a miserable day here. Great day. Let's put it like this, right? Great day. I'm green. I'll always take it, but it's just disappointing for me because where I am now with a stock at this level, where I am now, and how much the stock moved, from 4 to 7. It's like this is one trade. The amount of money that I'm up right now is one trade. It's not great. A lot of churn, a lot of chop. Now the bear flag is on. So I'd be interested back over 670, but that's pretty high up. It could happen. It could actually happen. It's only 30 cents away, but short sellers are definitely, let's say they're probably in control right now at this moment. PIK was also up today. That's the only thing that could have saved me though, was a big trade there at the end over 7. The moment that that dips down and holds and I'm in with size, it's probably like a, 50, 70 cent move back up. And sometimes a couple, like two of those type of trades, it's like you really cover a lot of ground. Sizu, lighter volume. This one was in play about 2 weeks ago. There's a spread. High of days around 12, 12.18. First daily candle did make the new high. That was at 10.65. Watching to see how it does here. Sizu. Sizu Group. Class A ordinary shares. Sizu. Can we see back over 12 for Sizu here? Back to 60. Cutting it. Small gain to the depths. I would have loved to see it hold up at 60 and then retest the highs. Selling half just in case. Looks like that's gonna pay off. 30 bucks, I'll take. I gotta see what I can't do. Like today is the day I have to study. Like today is the day I need to study because I gotta see that, I gotta see. Like there has to be something I could have done better to make, to have a better result. Like I'm not satisfied with how I did. So I need to improve, right? That's the only way. XTIA. This one looks interesting. XTIA looks interesting. It's on this bit of a red to green, but it needs to get over these highs though, which was 360. Right now we're pulling back from that 50 level at VWAP, so we're having some resistance there. If we can see a cup and handle, like, a bit of a flag here, a bit of a flag, and then perhaps a move up. But we'll have to see. I'll be patient, I'll wait. If not, it could be going to the depths, right down. The wanting to always be perfect, but it's impossible. Gotta let go and accept reality here. If not, you'll be miserable. Low of 330, high of 349. VVPR, I'll still keep an eye on just in case it gets back to like 670. Time 10 a.m. Early. We did kind of used up some orders there though. Oh, 150. Not awful, not great. So XTIA inching up, inching up. Patience. Yeah, trading for years and being break even is not a terrible thing. Like people, you got to take that victory. That is a victory in itself. I remember when I was break even, it's like a lot of the battle is kind of completed. You know, it's just now at this point a little more refinement. A little more refinement. Few more tweaks, few more adjustments, and it's possible to then start to, you know, getting on the other side. Sometimes I wish I could play music as I'm doing this, but here's a retest of the lows VPR. I'm gonna watch it up here. Smaller share size. It's not an immediate move. Okay, a couple cents loss. I was watching in case we would see like 610, 615. It might still happen, but it's slower moving. The low right there was 83 for the aggressive dip, but well, not even an aggressive dip buy really, but for the dip, 83, 85, 88 entry. I wanted to see a continued push to over 6. Not quite. XTIA seems to be losing volume. There's a new low for VPPR. XTIA, okay. As I'm saying, it's losing volume. We're seeing some volume here. But it needs to get over 50 and hold above 50. That's not what I want to see. Is it easy to borrow? We had 51. So this is definitely having resistance here. Guys, if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. I hardly ever say this anymore. But yeah, hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. I go live every weekday morning around 9:15 a.m. We are trading in a live account. Our account is over PDT, and we're here every day. In sickness, in health. Every day. I forgot I'm on single screen, so you guys can also see in the top left-hand corner, it does say connected real-time data. That might not mean a lot for people who might not know what that means, but if you're using this platform, which probably 50% of the people watching on probably is, then that will indicate to you that this is a live account. Even the last 4 of my account number, because I'm a maniac as I'm live streaming here. Definitely a security risk, but you know, transparent is my middle name, so we'll still show it. What people do And there's a way to do it, like it through OBS. Like I can put like an overlay where it blocks this left hand corner completely. But I'm here keeping it real with the people. And sometimes I'll have the other screen on showing the scanners, right? Showing the scans, which should have been on as well. But yeah, here we go, over 50, 53, but then 43. This is not what I want to see. No shares to go short 48. I wouldn't mind being in at 48 and watching for this to go lower if it wants to keep dropping down like this. Probably put a stop at like 54 or something. But if it holds up, if it gets through here, then I can be convinced. So it's flirting with this level. Perhaps I prep an order with size. We saw 53, 54. I'm going to prep size. Just in case this thing does something impressive. 53, 54. Show is on the road. The high is 67. I bought 54. I got a high fill, man. It's crazy because right at 54, maybe a lot of people were thinking to cover or something. And I'm saying that because if I'm in 48, that's just what I would have been comfortable with, a couple cents, you know? Can we see 70? I'd have been comfortable just to look for a couple cents short in terms of risk. Few limit orders I attempt. You barely get the fills. Some people love to use offsets for that reason, right? It does help out a ton if you're buying above, and sometimes it's why you might not get the fill, right? Because somebody else is buying above you. That's just how it is. So whenever I put out those orders, you just gotta remain patient, and also I can use it in high probability areas where there's a ton of selling. If I'm putting out a bid, more than likely I'll get the fill. Can't wait for the stock to be moving up and then expect to still get a fill. Like that's, that's just not fair to me. That's not fair to the stock. Has to at least make sense. Does it really want a new high? Okay. It's kind of moving a little weird. As long as it doesn't fail here. I take the couple of cents. If it comes lower, I'm interested, but it seems to be holding up low 60s for now. There's a lot of selling. There's a lot of selling. It's still holding though. I'll give it a shot. Still holding. Can we see that curl back to the upside? Nope, it's coming down. Okay. Low right there was 56, which is pretty fair. VWAP is 54. So I'll be in a little high. That's what I was looking for initially, but still took it early as it persisted up there. So 58, watching and waiting. This red candle is pretty young and has a lot of volume. It's as if somebody's shorting it aggressively here. Like there's 3 minutes left in this candle. So this could be a good thing if it bounces up nicely. And then they have to cover right up at 80. And of course they don't have to, right? The thing is that we have no idea where people's stops are going to be, so you just have to assume like at a reasonable level. 80 right now is high of day. Assuming if somebody is going short with all this selling that we're seeing here, if they're not stopping out at the highs, then maybe they're looking at 4. Or is it just profit taking that's just adding to this red candle right now? Like it has a lot of volume, but it hasn't sold off, which I actually like. I'd love to see it test the lows here and a strong hold. I'm gonna take it small size just to see what it does. You can always get back out. Up 54, and there's a lot more red coming in there. But holding though. I would like to see something dramatic. Right now it's kind of sideways, grindy. 50, 46, 45, 44, 41. Well, okay, maybe that short seller, is getting paid. Short seller getting paid. I'll take my $100. No, but look at this red candle on the 5 minute, right? Going up, we had 1.5 million shares, and coming down is 2 million. But we had a low of 60. So I was thinking, being that it's holding high, maybe that the selling is somewhat being observed. So they're, soaking like a sponge to then bounce. But maybe it was too heavy. VVPR. VVPR, if it gets over 70, it really means business. But this is already a good push here. Perhaps a big short seller covering on this one. Imagine it's the person on XTIA. I mean, a lot of times it is, right? Same groups of people, same short sellers. That's how it is. We're getting a few bids here. I'm going to try. But there are some small sellers at 30. 21. The high of this candle is saying 64. There's no way I get filled at 25 right there, man. Buying at like 14 as the bids are coming back down. So it remains a tricky stock, right? The spreads, the fills, 29 by 19 right there. There's 2 minutes left in this 5 minute candle, and it doesn't look bad. But towards the end, I'd like to see it closer to 635, 640 area would be good if we can close above that level. This is good. 39. I'm gonna prep size. I'm gonna prep size just in case. Maybe it's on to something here. What's that high? 45. Am I early? This could be early. Yeah, 22. I wouldn't expect it to linger down here though, unless it's still on the weaker side of things. Time, the new candle, 63 for the high of the last. So the low was 22. I was early. Right now, I'm not really seeing much, so I'm waiting. Could be another long consolidation. perhaps to the depths. This is not holding up as well as I would like. Mid-teens was not bad, but we're kind of breaking down here. We've had lower highs. Instead of holding up and potentially curling up, we're kind of coming down. Unless this is going to reclaim here. We'll see. There was a 25,000 share buyer there at 12 or so, but disappeared. Yeah, I'm starting to think we might be approaching the end here. We might be approaching the end of the line. And perhaps tomorrow again. And perhaps tomorrow. There's 25. The 5-minute candle will make the new highs at 38. Ay, ay, ay. 40. 10:40 a.m. Is there anything else moving? ADTX maybe might give a pop at some point randomly. Not my type of trade though. AINC, not much. CXAI from yesterday, not much. CZU sold off a bit. VTSI, the volume is too light there. VVPR, we're still waiting. XTIA, not much. And we see this over 38. Had some good green on the tape there, no good. Again, small sellers at 40. Can we push through? 30 on the bids. Five-minute candle, double topping so far. Might need more time. You gotta definitely be careful with these like red to green sometimes. They're, sometimes they can be pretty slow before it gets active. If it even gets active at all. Compare this to the first 20 minutes, right? The 5-minute candle's making the new high. This has been happening now for 2 minutes. We're still here. It's not the same. So if it's not going to amount to anything, I don't want to overtrade this area. The red to green itself originally does look promising. So, you know, again, it could need more time before it gets volatile, before it gets active, before the volume really gets in there. This type of action is better for me if I'm just in somewhere low, just holding for 15, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, which for me is rare these days. That does happen from time to time, but it's more rare. I'll watch it till like 11 o'clock. We'll see. I gotta get out of here because this thing is gonna drive me nuts. And that looked pretty good too. There's a bid now of 23,000 shares. Mm-mm-mm. Even the best areas, the bid's dropping 10 cents. Lovely. If now giving $1,000 off the top. Time to shut it down, unfortunately. We're up a scratch trade. Scratch trade of the day. The good news is that the momentum seems to be getting better these last few days compared to like last week. I mean, we did have AVTX Friday, but besides Friday, last week was like not really a lot. So, being that yesterday was decent, today I think maybe in terms of range, better. So, hopefully, we continue to see an uptrend in the sentiment. That would be good. That will guarantee, well, let's not say guarantee because nothing is really guaranteed, but more than likely might mean some good opportunities in terms of just stocks, high percentage moves, stuff like that. From there, of course, it'll be up to us as the traders to capitalize. 630, 25,000 share buyer, but we've seen quite a few of those here. Nothing really happening. Is that, let's see. It's interesting. I wonder if that banging is going through on the mic. It probably is. I gotta stop doing that. That tapping. Yeah, I think I'm getting ready to shut it down. Perhaps this thing might go later. I think it's a possibility, if it keeps lingering and keeps holding up. I definitely would trade it, but I'd want to be careful. Perhaps stick to some smaller size and just, go from there. Not be too aggressive. But it'll have to be like good uptrending opportunities. Yeah, we see it above 50 and pulling away. If this sells off below 6, I'd consider shutting it down. I'll stick around for another 10 minutes till 11. Again, it's pretty slow, not a ton right now, but again, that could change if it's to get over 50. And some of these stocks sometimes they can go crazy. But the high of the flag was around 70, I believe. 74. Hopefully nobody in our Discord or just broader community really got caught into this move here. Because sometimes like it's showing the high was 63. It's like what happened with me when I took size on that trade where I saw the ask at 30 and I'm filled at like 38 or whatever it was. Sometimes you could buy it, you could be buying it like 740 and it sucks, man. It's crazy. You get the fill down there and then it's like, or let's say up there, and then it flushes down and then you get caught for a massive loss. It's definitely happened. I've had some serious slippage before. I've bought stocks at like the whole dollar and then filled a dollar share higher multiple times before in the past. Some crazy stuff, man. Imagine buying break of 9, but you're filled at $10. But in some situations, the move is so aggressive, so fast that millisecond was a dollar a share. I've seen it many times. So if you're late and you're buying the ask or you're buying market and the ask is teleported up to that price, then hello, high fill, right? But for me, whenever that happens, it's an instant sell, and usually the stock isn't selling off immediately. Sometimes it does, and you kind of take a loss. But if you can get like break even or just a small loss, I count that as a victory at that point. But to take the entire thing, the entire candlestick is rough, man. And sometimes it happens. Like in the future, on there's gonna be certain stocks where for sure I go up to like way more size. For me to do it, the situation needs to make sense. But I'm gonna do it. But you got to be open. Like you got to be open to be in there with like 15,000 shares, and where you expect that sweet move, stock can drop. Stock can drop down 50 cents in the blink of an eye. 7K gone to the wind. It's the reality. So I run those simulations through my mind now so that, when the time comes, it's nothing. Part of the deal. But on the days that it works, and we're risk first, so we'll talk about the risk first, right? But on the days where it works and the stocks are strong, there's follow through. And we're up $1 a share. And then the stock keeps going, it gets halted up, dips and rips. Now those are the days that we can see $50,000 on the P&L pretty quickly. But the risk will always be there every time. You can buy the dip and rip, and the dip just keeps on dipping. Even in the highest probability area, it's possible. So I got another 5 minutes. So, just like yesterday, the moment I decide to shut it down is when the stock is going to start to move. So you guys can thank me later. The moment I say that's it, watch this thing give a big green candle. Yesterday I was here still trading. I just happened to after the stream ended, things started to move. I'm still here, so I saw it. All right. Short sellers, long traders. So there's a bit of a drop. Maybe it's coming down. There's 03 again. There's 01. There's 88. Seems to be coming down. And this is a good place for me to take my leave. Take my couple $100 and come back in the next couple of minutes. Take a break, come back. Small size. I still got a ton of orders left. So I could keep going, but there needs to be something good. But I have to study this day. I had these days like today. I have to study because there's just no way. So we shall see. Tomorrow I expect to be better if there's momentum. So stay safe, stay great, stay green. If you're going the distance, continue to be disciplined, continue to be patient. Vitaly, what's up, man? I'm checking on the YouTube stream right here, seeing you. Yeah. Hope you're doing all right. Did you have the child already? Baby due in 2 months. 2 months, man. 2 months time. 2 months time until the cake is ready to come out of the oven. That's gonna be quite the experience for you, brother. A good one, a good experience. Yeah, I did keep trading after the stream. I didn't. I only made $200, and then I lost it back. Like there's like a move down. I don't know. It's like both today and yesterday, I couldn't really capture opportunities. Like I think this was the move after the stream. I traded this entire move and only made $200. This how you know I should have stopped immediately. And then Was it this move? I can't even remember. We probably ended, no, yesterday we ended at 12. So I think we ended here. And then this move right here. So that was from about 590 to 660. Only made 200 bucks, and then like on this dip down, lost it back immediately. And then I was like, yep, that's it. I've been all right, man. I've been all right. Same old, same old. Staying consistent, staying as consistent as I can. Uh, yeah, a high fill way above the ask. I'm gonna look. Let's look back at that. Let's actually look at that right here on the live stream. I'm curious. Hold on, let me go get this door package. All right, let's see if I got robbed or if this was in my head. All right, because I think, let's see where it was. I think it was in this uptrend here. What was this, 560? I can't even remember where that trade came. I think I got filled around 530. Perhaps the only trade I took with 5,000 shares. Oh, okay, there's this one here too. I don't think it was here. I think it was lower. This is at 941. This stuff is so annoying. I was buying 74 here. But the stock, this particular one wasn't really a high fill. This was just the volatility. This was, buying 75 at height with big size, and it's like, all right, time for break of 6. I'm in at 90. Part of the deal. Part of the deal. Attempts at 90, no good. This is a good trade. 39 to 66. We had some good sized winners, but so many losses, and just the smaller losses today added up like nothing. I'm trying to use 2500 base size versus 15. My max size is still the same though, 5k 6k shares, which is pretty aggressive, but I feel good about doing it in the right areas, right? So the other one was at 941. Some of you guys on the live stream probably go crazy because it's like, how's he not seeing it? I probably skipped over it. I've watched back a few recaps where I've done this, and it's like, how did I not notice that? I mean, maybe it's this one here. I don't know. This is at 941 though. You can look. Let's see. If not, we'll just probably find it on the video. This is the beauty of screen recording, because maybe I did miss something, right? I kind of felt the resistance though. It's like I did look at my P&L a few times, like, man, I'm still at 1K, like, not progressing, not progressing. I thought this thing was at around 530 when I took it. My memory's so bad sometimes that you can't really go off of that. Let's go back to 41 at least. 41. Let's just see how this big position kind of came in. Was I late or was the stock super volatile? So I'm in at 48, break of 50. I try again. We got the move up. Right here, I was actually looking for a dip. So I didn't buy it immediately. So let's see. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Oh, why did I answer that? I thought that was somebody else. Anyhows, yeah, let's see what's going on here. I think the way how this is looking, I think this one here is gonna make sense. Yeah, okay, that's gonna make sense. And you see how the ask price came to about 90. This is part of this the risk and the difficulty of this stock is that I kind of made up my mind to buy mid 70s right there, but it was so fast to push to 90, and then this dip back down is like even faster. This is already this trade is already going to the depths, but this isn't it. Like the other one, it might have been on the original incline. Maybe it was around here. Uh, it had to have been around here. Did they not notice the order on the account summary page? This is not going to be efficient. Monitor. What time is that? 38. I'll find it. If I don't find it now, I'm going to find it later. These things usually take a couple seconds to find. And this is the only one that I'm seeing here. 5,000. But the depths. My memory's so bad is that I can't even remember what time around what time it happened. Unless it is that, and I'm going crazy. I'll find it later. Whatever. I'll find it later. There's always a chance that I'm going crazy. Bleeding out from 1600 all the way to 500. Yeah, okay, so that's gonna do it. Time 10 a.m. We're gonna shut it down. We're gonna come back again tomorrow. We'll take the small green. 642. Not bad. This is last year's average, right? And 642 in a day is an amazing day in 99% of places in this world. And even where I am now, so I'm gonna smile and be happy. But I'll be around though. I'll be around all day here today. I do have to go. I do have to head out. But yeah, I'll be back and I'll be keeping an eye. As long as I have a few trades, a few orders, I wouldn't mind. But yeah, if you're going the distance, continue to be patient, continue to be disciplined. Keep an eye out on these stocks like XTIA, and look for the best opportunities, right? Look for those opportunities that you know and love, and I'll be disciplined and keeping it tight. All right. Stay safe, stay green. I'm out. Like Sal, take a look at those links down below for the Discord, the course, and the scanner. All right, if you're interested in any of those three. XTIA. Do I want to take a trade here? This one does have a spread, and it has that tendency to drop a lot, so the risk is there. Yeah, I'll take my green. I'm out. Out like Selt. Catch you guys later.